Pretty the cloud. Okay. Yes, we are recording. All right. Good morning. We're live. Mark Pinto here at Phoenixville Public Library with the second installment of our series Community Services Spotlight. And we're happy to have with us today Yvette from Orion Communities, telling us all about their great services and programs to the Phoenixville area community. So Yvette, go ahead and take it away.
All right, can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I am Yvette Blanding, and I am the Development and Community Outreach Manager here at Orion Communities. We are neighbors helping neighbors. So we are located in downtown Phoenixville. We're a few doors over from the iconic Colonial Theater. For over 43 years of service, we've never accepted government funding. 100% of our funding comes from individuals, foundations, and local businesses. We cater to the poorest of the poor and try to fill in gaps and fill in where there is a need in the community that isn't being met. So our mission statement is that we believe that every person deserves the basic essentials in life: shelter, food, clothing, transportation, and access to healthcare. But we've also added on this respectful human interaction piece. And especially with the onset of the pandemic, I'm sure we all know how important that human interaction piece. Actually, a recent study from Cigna stated that loneliness has the same impact on mortality as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So sometimes it's, if we have a client call in, we may just take a few extra minutes just to hear their story or let them vent, because that may be the only interaction that they've had with a human being in quite some time. So at Orion, majority of our clients fall below the federal poverty line. And currently the self-sufficiency standard in Chester County for a family of 4 is almost $80,000. Most of our clients, almost half of our clients are disabled. And we get a wide array of individuals that come here looking for assistance, especially during these times. We're seeing more middle-class folks reach out for help. They don't know where to turn, they're embarrassed, unsure where to go, but someone told them about Orion and they decided to call. So in 2019, we helped stabilize over 1,500 families. It's about over 1,300 for 2020. And that is because the emergency funds per month has increased, even though the household number has decreased. So in 2019, it was roughly 6,000 to 10,000 a month we were gifting for emergency funds. In 2020, it's been about 15,000 a month, with some months even climbing as high as 20,000, with the average gift averaging about 77 per family in 2020. So on the macro level, in individuals we assist that come to the door, it could be providing a gas card to an individual that's starting a new job. It could be providing a Wawa gift card to an individual that's currently displaced and needing a meals, and a gift card to the supermarket won't do if there's nowhere to store the food. On the macro level, it could be our work with affordable housing. We also recently have started the Phoenixville Bridges Initiative, which is a national program called Bridges Out of Poverty, which takes a collective approach to anti-poverty prevention and by bridging resources in the community for people in poverty. So the cornerstone of our work is bridge case management, which provides assistance in a period of transition, crisis, or change for low-income households. 2020, it's been about 200 cases per month or individuals per month. And as I stated earlier, the needs have definitely and drastically increased. We've had to get innovative with our tech resource center. In normal times, about 20% of our clients use the tech center. At this time, we have an open air cafe, is what we like to call it, where individuals can still come and use the computer that's set up out front. And that is to maybe sign up for government services such as food stamps or file their weekly unemployment. But we also have a baby monitor out front that allows individuals to still come to the office and talk to a receptionist or a case manager as well. Because we were deemed an essential employer by our mayor, Peter Urschler. We've never closed our doors. So we've gotten innovative and creative, and thanks to technology, have been able to stay open throughout the course of the pandemic. So community outreach is also a major program of ours, just raising awareness and providing resources to the community and working to build bridges to allow our clients to obtain self-sufficiency. Another important program of ours is STARS, which is Sharing Technology Advances Reading Skills. And that helps to close the digital literacy and reading gap from higher income and lower income households. We provided free computers and books to children as well as parents. And that can include our Spanish speaking population as well. I believe last year we gave out over 3,000 books and maybe 5 or 6 computers. We didn't need to give out as many computers since we had homeschooling and families were working from home, but for those that still needed assistance with technology and computers, we are able to assist still. Another program we have is GLAD, which stands for Gutsy Ladies Achieving Their Destiny. And it's a trauma-informed program for single moms. Because of the pandemic, it's been placed on hold, but they have had some classes in the warmer weather where they're able to host them outside and just give the parents an opportunity to come together and talk about parenting skills, how they're weathering the pandemic and the current climate that we're in, identify their passions, personal goals, and just working to better themselves and their family. And as I talked about earlier on the macro level, Code Blue Shelter, Orion Communities had a hand in helping to implement that, which helps to house individuals that are displaced temporarily during the cold winter months. So collaboration is essential to us. Without the support of our donors and the local community, what we do would not be possible. So other nonprofits and government agencies we work closely with to fill the gaps for rental assistance, which is our #1 request. We also work with the local schools if we get referrals from. Corporations have assisted with computer and soft drives and book drives. We recently had our annual Warmth for All, where we provide coats, blankets, socks, hats, and things to stay warm throughout the winter months that local organizations held drives and assisted us with as well. So Orion is compassion, professionalism, resources, and collaboration. If you know anyone that is in need, please send them our way. If you know anyone that's looking to volunteer, we've gotten creative with volunteer opportunities as well, working from home and virtually, because our hope is for smiles and for a better tomorrow for all of our neighbors and all of our community members. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvette, for sharing that information. And folks, now if you want to ask questions, now's the time. Feel free to unmute yourselves or type a question into the chat.
Good morning, this is Lee Berger. I'm just asking what you have in the way of volunteer opportunities now during the pandemic.
So our programs manager, Melinda Izzo, is actually in charge of volunteers, but I know that it could be mailings. We have some virtual events coming up where there's been deliveries of meals or dropping off flyers. Yeah, it can vary at this time. We do have a small percentage of folks that come into the office to help organize or straighten up some of the donations that we receive on the regular. But we have a very small staff that we use a rotating schedule for, and we're very conscious of the pandemic and everyone staying safe. But if you're interested in opportunities or you know someone that is, Melinda Izzo is the contact here to do so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I do have one other question. This is Lee again.
Sure.
So, and maybe you answered this already, and I'm sorry if I missed it. How do you find out who needs help other than people calling you?
It is primarily people calling. We do get referrals from other organizations that we partner with as well. Sometimes it's just individuals walking by, or they've seen our sign in other local businesses. But it's primarily word of mouth, just, and it seems that we're doing a better job of getting the word out and making people more aware of Orion and what we do and how we do it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yvette, do you have a slide that has your contact information or Orion's contact information, phone number, email address?
I apologize, I do not, but
You maybe type that into the chat?
sure, absolutely. All right, so Mike. So my email address is yblanding@orionhope.org. Our main number is 610-415-1140. And if you're looking for volunteer opportunities, that would be Melinda Izzo, which is mizzo @orionhope.org. And I apologize, I put an E there instead of an I. There we go.
All right, any other questions for Yvette this morning?
No, but thank you for coming out and letting us know what Orion does. And I hope that somewhere along the line I can pitch in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm coming up on a year next month at Orion, so I'm still learning, but I grew up in Phoenixville, so it's great to be back here.
Great. Welcome back.
Thank you for your time this morning.
You.
And thanks everyone else for joining us this morning for our program. And have a good rest of your day now.
Thank you. You as well.
You too.
Bye-bye.
So long.